Question, would you please state your name and a little about your military experience?
Yeah, my name is David Chrzanowski, and I served Navy for over 4 years, in Vietnam, over 3 years. Then took a 10-year break and joined the Army and spent the 20-some years in the Army and retired as a first sergeant.
Do you have any memorable stories from your time or anything that sticks out to you?
Well, there's no memorable stories about Vietnam. It was a government war. The government told you to do everything. And when I was there, before the war started, we were in downtown Saigon, and the ship was in there because they sank a carrier or a jeep carrier in downtown Saigon. So they had $13.75 on an American head when they killed one. And they blew up a floating restaurant with like 18 soldiers in it.
Wow.
So we went to Thailand, Bangkok. On our way back, that happened, and we anchored off, got rid of the commander of the 7th Fleet, and just had his horn honkers, his band. And we all went up the river, 4-hour trip up to Saigon.
Wow.
But after that, there was nothing but confusion. You weren't allowed to carry a gun. We patrolled the Saigon River from sunset at night till sunrise in the morning. We weren't allowed to carry a gun.
How did you protect yourselves and others and stuff if you don't have weapons?
We had 2 guys sitting down inside the boat that carried M1s. Back then we never had such thing as an M16. And they only could carry 2 clips in their ammo belt. They weren't even allowed to have their weapon loaded.
Oh. So you guys were kind of just out there, no protection basically?
Yeah.
Just patrolling, or?
Yeah, going up and down the Saigon River, downtown Saigon.
Okay.
But we did shore bombardment. We did Figaro 3 years with a firing and trouble.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that
Did
stuff.
you, with the Army or with the Navy, did you go anywhere else overseas?
Yes.
Or around the
Let's
US?
see, Navy was all in Western Pacific, South Pacific, and that. All the islands. I've been to everywhere in the Pacific, but Singapore and Korea. In the Army, let's see, I went to Germany one time. I was in Germany the week the wall came down. I was with a NATO operation over there.
What would you say was the best day that you had, serving?
I like to joke a lot.
Yeah.
I joke with the female soldiers. I always joke with them, kidding around, and with the guys too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But yeah, that was my biggest. I used to get along with everybody.
You said you like to joke around a lot. Did that help you meet good friends in the military or any memorable people?
Yeah, a lot of. I made all friends from all over. Every time I went to school, I went to Fort Benton, Harrison, Indiana, when the school was opened over there. And I went to Arkansas first, to logistics school. And I met a guy from Kansas, and we called him, nicknamed Toto.
Like the dog?
Yeah.
Like in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, like the Wizard of Oz, Toto the dog. So I was over there, and I'm standing out there smoking a cigarette, and this guy runs by and he says, "Hey, Ski." They call me Ski because my last name's Chrzanowski.
Oh.
Everybody called me Ski. Called me Ski, and I looked around, and here a guy carrying a guide on. He was in recruiting class. He was running with a little guide on a flag. He was heading a squad running. I said, "Hey, Toto," and things like that. You just met people from all over the United States and the territory.
How do you think being in like the Army and the Navy and serving, how do you think that changed you?
Well, I was 17 years old when I joined, and it taught me how to watch my money,
Yeah.
live by myself, which I do now, and it taught me to be a better person and to make friends, talk
Yeah.
to people, and everything. I can do that.
Let's see. Well, what was boot camp like?
You had to mention that. In March, I went to Great Lakes in the dead of winter. It was cold and nothing but snow up in Chicago. But basic training, they taught you everything you wanted to know. Firefighting.
Wanting to know.
Yeah, they did. Taught you how to tie knots, being a Boy Scout. And firefighting, taught you how to firefight, because when you're on board ship, you have to learn to put out the fire or else you're going to sink. Yeah. And the sharks will get you.
When you were overseas, did you ever have any like access to American news or what was going on back here?
The only thing we heard was the Armed Forces Network.
Oh, okay.
When they had rioting back here in L.A. and in California.
So you would hear
and
about
we
that.
never heard nothing from California all the way over to the East Coast.
Okay.
California was burning and L.A. was on fire, and I think the best thing is I got my education from the military.
Mm-hmm.
I got learned how to control my money and everything like this. But nowadays, get your education. Do it out here.
Yeah.
Don't go away. I think the best thing is do everything here. Don't go in the military, because you got everything here for you.
Yeah.
Graduate from school. Don't be like me.
Well, thank you, and thanks, for your time in the service.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything.
Yeah.